Welcome to my channel. I just want to share with you my experience having corona during my pregnancy. So March 19th, I come back from my prenatal visit, come home. That evening I had fever, chills, weakness. I felt like I had the flu or a cold, a bad cold. The next day I went to urgent care. While walking into the building, I felt so weak. I never felt that weak while having a cold. So I said, maybe it has to be the flu. You know, I didn't want to think that I had corona. And I'm a nurse. And this happened, you know, with the beginning of the pandemic. And I just didn't want to believe I had corona. So go to urgent care. While I'm in urgent care, they found me to be tachycardic, elevated heart rate. With the elevated heart rate and the symptoms that I described, they decided to take the corona test on me, the COVID test. And with my tachycardia, the doctor felt concerned for the health of my baby, so she sent me to the ER. While in the ER, I was quarantined, and also they wanted to bring down my fever because I had a low grade fever, like 99, 100. The most it would go was like 100.3, so it was low grade. And then they monitored me in the ER. They sent me home. I did not want to stay. I was giving hell. I was like, when am I, nurses make the worst patients. So while I was there, I was like, when am I going home? I need to get out of here. I feel, oh God, I hope they forgive me for how I behaved there. But I mean, I was just so anxious, and with the hormones and the fear, I just really just didn't want to stay. And I was, of course, keeping in contact with my mother, my fiance, and they were worried for me as well. So when I got home, my mom decided to come over that evening and bring back some remedies from her island to give me. Oh, let me tell you, those remedies had me come back to life. Okay, I got over this corona in 3 days. 3 days. I had fevers for 3 days, low grade, every night. But every night the chills, like the first night I had chills and weakness. The second night I didn't have the chills and weakness. I just had body ache, and I took Motrin. No, not Motrin. I can't take Motrin during pregnancy. I took Tylenol. I took Tylenol for the fever and for the pain, and it worked a little bit, and I gradually got better. After the third day, no more fever, and then the seventh day was when I found out the result of the COVID testing that they had took from me in the urgent care. Came back positive. I was shocked because after the seventh day, I was fine. I was back to normal. I said, oh, it might have been a flu that I got over, a bug or something. I was shocked. I was shocked because the way they portray corona, people dying, intubated, once you get it, it seems like it's a death sentence. So I was like, well, I definitely didn't have the corona, I had the flu. But of course, there are some who have the corona and they don't have very crazy symptoms. Their symptoms are not that debilitating. And I guess thank God I was one of them. And of course, during my pregnancy, I just kept praying. I read Psalms 91. I trusted in God. And I just knew that He had me. And once you trust in God, God says you have a mind of, He did not give you a spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. And I meditated on that. I trusted in God, and I believed. I had my pastor pray with me, pray for me, and I was fine. Thank God. When I delivered, they retested me, and I tested positive again. But I had no symptoms. I just delivered maybe 6 days ago. no symptoms, nothing, back to normal. And doctors are saying maybe I was re-exposed. So nobody really knows like why people that tested positive and that get tested again still test positive even without no symptoms and no sickness. But you know, it's a research there that's still undergoing. But when I gave birth, everything was fine. There was no complications with the baby, no complications with me. They just monitored me while I was in the hospital. Every 4 hours, they took my temperature, my fiance's temperature, and the baby's temperature. They took all three of our temperatures every 4 hours just to make sure that we didn't have any fevers or anything like related to the corona that could, of course, put baby at risk. And of course, with handling baby, we were required to wear masks and gloves and just take extra precaution for the baby's sake. Baby's fine. He's breastfeeding. My family is just, I'm just so fortunate to have my family with me and have the support system that I have, because not that many people do have a support system. And I just thank God every day that I'm here, you know, and I just want to spread faith and not fear. God got you. And that's my story. That's my experience of corona. And if you have any questions, anything that I didn't cover, of course, just comment down below and I'll answer. Thank you guys.